They're scaring people. Do you really want to scare your own people this much? He talks about homegrowns are next. I mean, people are scared, not just illegal immigrants, and a lot of them are working. I live in LA. They're the only people here who do work.
So here's what you don't know. First of all, President Trump has promised we're going to concentrate on public safety threats and national security threats, right? And the data shows it. Every morning I look at 22 pages of data. The last time I looked at data was the day before yesterday. 70% of everybody we're arresting is a criminal. 70%. Who's the other 30%? A lot of them are national security threats. We've arrested thousands of national security threats. Most of them don't have criminal histories.
Bill Maher, the millionaire elitist, tried to guilt-trip Americans into supporting mass amnesty with empty, emotional cliches. But Tom Homan shredded his argument with cold, hard facts. Strip away the noise, and the fake virtue signaling crumbles instantly. This is Nurk News. I'm Nurkish, breaking down how the elites keep recycling the same tired narratives.
We need some immigration. Like we used to have a quota, like 1 million people a year. Say that's the right number.
We still do. We're the most giving nation in the entire world.
Okay, so let's say it's that. And we went overboard for the last 4 years under Biden, and we let in too many. Wouldn't it be smarter now to say, now that it's zero, let's let that even out? We were going to have 1 or 2 million every year, but we let in 10 million. Instead of uprooting all these people now, why not just an amnesty? Okay, it's not exactly kosher how you got here, but the amount of people you're scaring. I mean, I'm going to say to you the thing I said to him when I had dinner with him that horrible night. And, you know, they hated it that I reported it honestly, that he does listen. When he looks you in the eye. And he not got mad one time when we were arguing about anything I contradicted him.
But let me get to the point, though. If you want to send a message to the whole world, cross the border legally, it's a crime, but it's okay. Have due process, get order removed by an immigration judge, don't leave, it's okay. Just don't commit another crime, you're good to go. If that's the message we send to the whole world, people are going to keep coming. And let me tell you something, there's a whole, illegal immigration is not a victimless crime. But the reason I am who I am, I've talked and got on my knees and talked to 9-year-old little girls who were raped by multiple members of a cartel just for passing her across the river. I stood in the back of a tractor trailer with 19 dead people who baked to death. I ran out of Operation Ice Storm in Phoenix, Arizona, where smuggling organizations were ripping each other's off because the smuggled people were worth more money than dope. So they go to the house and rip each other off. They call a relative up and say, I have your brother here. You owe us $25,000. They say, no, we agreed on 10. Well, now it's $25,000. You pay it or I kill him. And they did. Bodies are piling up. They actually called relatives and tortured their son or their brother because they didn't pay the fees. What I'm saying is, that's why you have to show there's consequences. Because if you send a message, there's no consequences, and you want to reward illegal behavior, that's not going to stop.
Right, and I get all that. And for all that.
This is what happens when the ruling elite treats immigration like a personal charity. Maher frames mass amnesty as something Americans should accept just to please him and his wealthy liberal friends who want a steady supply of cheap, compliant labor. This is the same man who mocked British citizens for saying they no longer recognize their own country and even hailed the decline of native populations as progress. He has no understanding of culture or what truly defines a nation. Americans never agreed to be a permanent servant class, and Maher's failure to challenge Homan only highlights the emptiness of his arguments.
People being just taken away who are just regular day workers. The waitress who worked for 14 years at some coffee shop. And everybody's like, oh, you know what? We voted to get rid of the bad people. You know, the people you were just talking about, but not Carol. What's going on there? Don't you think it's been a little heavy-handed? Don't you think you've picked up a bunch of people who shouldn't be picked up at all? It doesn't seem like it was done with a scalpel.
What I think about every day is, again, we prioritize the words first, and the numbers show we do it. But I've said from day one, if you're in the country illegally, you're not off the table. You know why? Because there are millions of people standing in line, taking their tests, doing the background investigations, paying their fees to be part of the greatest nation on earth. If you want to be a part of the greatest nation on earth, there's a right way and wrong way to do it. If you like it or not, the ones who are here illegally cheated the system. They moved themselves to the front of the line, and they've overwhelmed the immigration court system back 9-10 years, which means that people who are really trying to come here the right way are sitting in the back of the bus. Right? It's just like what people don't talk about. These 10 million, 10.5 million came to the border in Biden. Well, they're asylum seekers. What people don't understand, if you look at immigration court data over the last 10 years, nearly 9 out of 10 of them will get an order removal. because they don't qualify for asylum. They're not escaping fear and persecution from the home government because of race, religion, political affiliation. They're coming here for a better life, and I get that. But while they're clogging up the system and cheating the system, there are literally thousands of people in this world that really are escaping fear and persecution from their home countries that are sitting in back of the bus.
Yeah.
So there's a reason we're a nation of laws. And if you or people don't like what ICE is doing, they go scream at Congress. We're enforcing laws that they're not.
Well, I hope it all gets better.
This is where the left shows just how out of touch they've become. Maher complains about border control while ignoring the real crisis. Millions entering illegally, overwhelming hospitals, schools, and job markets. The left rallies for illegal migrants, but never for struggling Americans paying the cost. Meanwhile, they demonize law enforcement and excuse Antifa mobs blocking facilities or radicals training to attack federal officers, exposing just how warped their priorities have become.